What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with an old nasty recap, honey, of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I will have the season and the episode number, honey, in the description, okay? This episode was good, okay? It was very interesting. And for those of you that are in denial about Tisha being jealous of Mel, okay, what do you do when an episode like this comes on where it looks very obvious, right? That this girl is jealous of Melody. She won't admit it, but we could see it. Hell, we could feel it. And I think even MARSAU knows it, you guys. He knows it. He could feel it. And, honey, it was in the atmosphere. Okay? All up and through BLAQUE. Okay, so let's get off into it. So we got MARSAU and Tisha. She come in looking a hot-ass mess, honey. Okay? What the hell is that on your head, Tisha? She trying to once again copy off of Mel. You already remember when Mel had that blonde up in her hair, except Melody's hair, it looked better. Okay, half up, half down. I like that look. Tisha, girl, take that shit off your head and stop playing with us. What that man say off of Nutty Professor? I heard of dreadlocks, but shitlocks? Take that shit off your head. But she come in there, honey, with her Sunday's best on. Oh my God, I thought I was late. I thought I was late for something. Just all loud and wrong, honey. MARSAU greets her, gives her a kiss. Look at me being on time. Like, look at me. You want a prize, motherfucker? Like, what is, girl, if you don't sit your ass down, okay? Miss Codependent. She ain't got her own brain. She all happy and shit, but MARSAU about to shut that shit down, honey, okay? In 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, Donovan. How you doing today? Oh, you got me a drink. You're a good bartender, Donovan. You need a raise. So MARSAU, you know, he schedules a date with his wife at their restaurant and says it's date day. Nigga, what happened to date night? Tisha, this nigga just be playing you, okay? And because you ain't got no sense, okay, you just go for it. At first, it was that carpet picnic at your house, right? Now, he has a date day at y'all place of business where he is still micromanaging the workers, okay? Just, that shit is interesting to me. MARSAU says they've been doing their date night for a while now, consistently, and, you know, they don't miss it. I said, I bet. His ass probably go be on the toilet next time and tell her, Tisha, come on in here. This gonna be our date, okay? Talk to me while I'm on the toilet, okay? She gonna be like, okay, MARSAU. So they get to talking about cougar tamers, and Tisha says, I heard your homeboy Martell is a cougar tamer, because he over there with bareface Sheree. Okay, so child, and I heard they broke up. Is that true, you guys? Put it in the comments. MARSAU says, speaking of Martell, I invited Mel. And honey, you could hear a pin drop. Okay? Tisha sipped that drink, honey. And turned it to The Exorcist, honey. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. What? You invited Mel where? MARSAU says to BLAQUE. Why you invite her, MARSAU? MARSAU gets to explaining to her about the meeting that Maurice and him had with their brother Mark and the steps that they were trying to take as far as Mark and Miss Vanessa, and basically checking Mark on his disgusting, deplorable behavior towards Miss Van over the internet, honey. Okay? So MARSAU says, I figure I would invite her up here. We can discuss those things and, move forward. Sounds innocent enough, right? But Tisha keeps cornering him. Okay? Well, why today? Why not another day? And then it's just interesting. He does this shit on date day, okay, which means it's not really important to him, because I'd be goddamn, we on a damn date in our establishment, then you invite Mel up here. That's a lot, MARSAU. Okay, but I'm gonna say this: I am team MARSAU. I don't give a damn what the other reviewers is saying. I'm with MARSAU. I felt like it was innocent enough. I also am on board for MARSAU keeping a communication with Melody as far as the steps that he and Maurice is taking to communicate with their brother on leaving Miss Van alone. I felt like all of that is fair. Now, MARSAU, I will say this, because I had to remember this. Ain't he the one that accused Miss Van of having a sex tape? Like, shit like that, MARSAU, that's kind of unforgivable. I'm sorry. Like, that's kind of like, oh. But all things being equal, right? He's trying to stay open to communication with Melody, and her mother. I wish Miss Van would have been on this episode, because she should have been there with Melody. He should have said, bring your mom. But I told y'all, MARSAU has a crush on Melody. Even the people in the Facebook group, they have said it. There's tons of comments. I can't wait to read them, honey. Okay? So, yeah. So MARSAU begins, letting Tisha know how he texted Mel for her to come up there. Tisha says, you shouldn't be texting her without me knowing about it. You shouldn't be doing that, MARSAU. MARSAU says, I had my assistant text her. And my whole thing is, what's wrong with him texting Mel? Y'all are all on this show together. You all have agreed to be cordial. Ain't no damn they. Y'all stopped by in Destin, Tisha, to interrupt these people's vacation. And if you felt that strongly about not wanting to associate with Martell or Melody, you should have told MARSAU, nah, I don't want to come. I don't want to be around them. Me and her are not friends. I don't really like her like that. I don't trust her. You shouldn't have been in Destin, is my point. I don't know why the hell you thought that shit was okay. I hope Carlos gets on her ass at that reunion about that, because to me, you shouldn't have even been in that woman's space like that. I don't want to hear this shit about how y'all got to film this show, because y'all didn't have to stop by in Destin. Your husband, he couldn't wait to stop by, and that's probably because he secretly wanted to see damn Melody. Okay, damn Martell. Okay? So just, you guys, for her to overreact like this, I'm not feeling it. It's not making any sense. Tisha tells MARSAU, yeah, you should be putting a group text together, because that's disrespectful for you to be, reaching out to Mel on your own, or, even with your assistant. Don't even want the assistant texting Mel. Like, bitch, you got some insecurity issues. You got some low self-esteem. You are very jealous. MARSAU saw it. That's one thing I liked about this episode, is he saw it. Saw that shit. Wasn't no denying it. MARSAU tells Tisha, it's funny because your meeting with Martell, that wasn't disrespectful. I didn't mind you meeting with him at all. And Tisha began saying, Oh, well, that was business. That's different. You trying to meet with Mel to discuss personal stuff. But the personal stuff he's trying to discuss with her actually pertains to her mom, not nothing between him and her. So for you to be this damn jealous about it, it's just crazy to me, you guys. It's, ooh. Tisha also tells MARSAU, I told you about that meeting with Martell, though. I told you. And MARSAU is like, I'm telling you about this meeting with Mel. And her whole point is, well, you just now telling me. I guess which is true, but still, Tisha, you shouldn't be this bothered by it. And between you and Kimmy, both of you bitches need to accept the fact that your men tell y'all shit late. Okay, any other time is acceptable. I don't see why it's unacceptable now. Okay, make it make sense. Tisha goes on to say, Mel is not our friend. And MARSAU shoots back at her and says, well, y'all was cordial in Destin. Yeah, cordial, but we not friends. Tisha, you was asking Melody a lot of damn questions, even for somebody to just be cordial with somebody, right? You was asking her a lot of personal questions about, how did this newfound relationship with her and Martell, how that came about. Like, girl, like I said, guys, she had no business being in Destin. Okay, because you look phony, you look fake, you don't look like you're being all that cordial, because you are allowing what this man is saying to you to get you out of character. So you're not really cordial. You're saying one thing, but portraying something else. And I told y'all, this is Tisha's downfall on this show. She does all this complaining, then gets her ass down to that reunion acting like she in the best marriage ever. They closer than ever. She on her Ashley Darby shit. So, ciao. Tisha goes on to say, MARSAU, Mel is somebody that said that I was her enemy. And I'm looking like, you still on that? Like, you guys, when I tell y'all I was Team MARSAU, because even MARSAU looked at her like, bitch, you still on that? You ain't let that shit go? Tisha, y'all had a meeting with the 6 of you all. Okay, you need to let that shit go. You claim to be over stuff. You claim to not want to bring up the past. I remember that party that Stormy had, trying to get everybody to reconcile their differences, right? She should have spoke her ass up then. And this is why Melody refuses to fool with her now, because Tisha likes to put on a facade. She likes to put on an act. Oh, I'm past that. Oh, I don't care about the past. But soon as she gets against the fucking rope, she's all disoriented, like, she don't really know what being cordial means, what moving forward means. That means you don't need to be bringing up the fact that Melody said you was an enemy. That was a while ago. You should be past that. Okay? Like, seriously. MARSAU was looking at her like, when is you gonna let this shit go? MARSAU reminds her that they all just had dinner and squashed things, and then, before they even went to Destin, right? And then they visited in Destin, and he's like, all of that means we are all moving forward. Well, we was there because Martell invited us. So, bitch, if you was there because Martell invited you all, then why did you film separately and alone with Melody? Why wasn't you just with MARSAU and Martell? Okay? I've did that before, where if I was around somebody I didn't really particularly care for, I made sure I followed my man to every room he was in, and who he talked to, I was right there with him. You actually set up alone with this woman. So you fugazi, you fake, girl. MARSAU gets upset with her and says she's not listening. She says he's not listening, and he doesn't see her point. MARSAU says, so your point is you're the jealous wife. Tisha snaps. Don't play with me. You know I'm not fucking jealous of nobody. You know I ain't jealous of nobody, MARSAU. Don't play with me. What I'm saying to you, MARSAU, is this is disrespectful. That's what I'm saying to you. You need to recognize my feelings about this whole situation, MARSAU. Don't you ever throw no jealous word up in my face like that. MARSAU says what I agree to. Stop saying you are being cordial. Exactly, because right now, Tisha, you're not being cordial. You being bitter. You still hanging on to shit from the past. I'll talk more about all of this, you guys, as I get into my deep dive. Y'all know we do deep dives every week on the show, because sometimes, honey, I can't put it all in one episode for y'all, okay? We'll have to, break these things down, honey, in another video, okay? But yeah. Oh, you guys, she disgusted me. Like, ugh. MARSAU breaks down to her that we agreed that we would talk to your mom, we would talk to Mark, and we would have open dialogue with Martell and Melody. And once again, like I keep telling you all, I am with MARSAU. He is keeping his word on that. I don't agree with everything MARSAU does, but I was with him on this episode because that's indeed what he was trying to do. It don't look like it was received well. MARSAU tells Tisha, Martell threatened my life, and he and I are cordial. We know how to move forward. She keeps arguing with him. Honey, we about 17 minutes in, and I'm still on the same damn scene. But I really wanted to break down how foolish, you guys, she was acting. He ends up getting upset, throwing his hands up, going outside. I do not at all blame MARSAU. I would have been done with her ass. He was actually sitting down, re-explaining why, I'm inviting Mel up here. And she act like she didn't want to listen. So MARSAU comes back in, works things out with Tisha and basically lets her know, like, if you even have to text Martell, I'm not jealous about it. I get it. I understand it. And, so he's just like, I wouldn't act the way that you are acting. You're acting jealous. And she, don't say that. And you know why I'm acting the way that I'm acting. Girl, no, we don't know. You coming off as jealous. You insecure. She's crying, you guys. Why are you crying if you're not bothered? Ugh. Anyways, honey. MARSAU lets her know again, Mel has to come up here. I have to talk to her. Mark is getting ready to say something that's going to be public in a few minutes. I don't know if he made like a new social media post, you guys, about Miss Van. But he lets her know that she's still in her feelings, trying to act like she now gets it, but then she ends up saying, well, date day is canceled, and I'm going to spend, the rest of the day, honey, with the kids. I'm going to go pick them up and be with them for the rest of the day. So she leaves. Girl, get your ass up out of there with that bullshiggity. So next, honey, we got Hook-Headed. He is meeting up with Chris Fletcher. They are looking at a vineyard for him to have his next incest wine event. Yes, I said incest. Martell and Chris go inside of the venue. Martell is not feeling it. He says it's too rustic for him. So he says he wants to look, at other spaces to have his event in Huntsville. I guess this is going to be for the season finale. Martell says that his event is going to be a black tie type of event, and he wants everybody to come looking good. Chris Fletcher, honey, asks Martell, are you inviting your uncle? And y'all know that one I dragged, Uncle Sam. He got upset and all up in arms because Martell did not mention his mother. And y'all know that the wine is named after her. And from the previews that I seen, it looked like Martell ain't gonna mention her ass again. I'm like, goddamn, hook-headed. I see why it done took all these damn times for you to pass your damn builder's license. Goddamn, you got a memory problem, nigga? Shit, okay? Because they show him doing his speech, and then he like, oh, I forgot. Okay, you didn't forget too much of nothing when you was over there screwing that goddamn squirrel. Okay. Martell says Uncle Sam is definitely welcome. He better than me. Uncle Sam wouldn't have been invited. Okay? Like, nigga, that was your mother and all. I get it. But y'all know how I am with relatives. I can kind of take or leave them. Okay? Especially if they on some bullshiggity. But, you know, hook-headed is different. He's a narcissist. He need all the supply honey he could get. So we see Martell saying that his uncle held a grudge for about a week. And then we see him re-inviting his uncle to the new event. And the uncle saying, yeah, you know, I don't never hold a grudge. Nigga, you was mad that whole night, that whole week, the week after. Nigga, you went and cried in the car. Okay? So, child, it's the lies, honey, for Miss Robinson, but Sam is related to Martell and drunk ass Marlene. What do you expect? Okay. Chris Fletcher asks Martell, how's the family? How's the kids? Martell says everybody is doing good. Martell tells Chris that Mel invited him to Destin with the kids. I thought he already knew all of this, but he was like, yeah, you know, we all bonded as a family. It was a good time. Where Martell got to lying is when he said, yeah, you know, she know I don't want her. Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Say what now? You do want her. She don't want you. Okay, even Chris had to, he looked like he missed his step, honey. Like, huh? Why are you even saying that? Because it's another damn lie, okay? And I'm sick of hook-headed saying that some shit is a mistake. Nah, you be doing shit on purpose, nigga. Martell explains to Chris, yeah, it's nice that we can be nice to each other, knowing that, you know, we not gonna get back together. Of course, she ain't trying to go back into that burning house, okay? Full of flames and child. You niggas is funny, honey, okay? On the first floor. Chris Fletcher gets to saying, man, you just killed my hopes. I'm like, oh, Lord, would you stop gassing up your damn friend? Like, I'm serious with how badly that man treated Melody and them children. And I'm sorry, don't even joke about it, Chris. Don't say you want to see them back together. I cannot stand people that act like that want people to continue in a toxic marriage. You should want better for Melody and them cheering. Okay, don't be wishing her to be with his coconut head ass. Okay, it was not a mistake when he put his thing up in slow slaw. That was not a mistake. Okay, child, it's the delusions of grandeur. Hook-headed is in his confessional talking about how Chris and a whole bunch of other people want him and Melody to get back together because they saw that he and Melody was happy when they was together. I'm like, nigga, do you remember season 1? Do you remember the hell you was putting that woman through back in 2017 when you was sticking your penis in another woman? Okay, in a squirrel face looking woman at that? Okay, like, what is wrong with him, you guys? Oh, and Martell, hook-headed, you ruined it. Miss Robinson was starting to like you when you got into that little squabble with the Scott brothers. Okay, I was on your team, honey, but now you back delusional. Okay, like, goddamn. Whew. So Martell tells Chris that Tisha and MARSAU, they popped over, you know, to Destin because they was in another city. And Chris Fletcher, honey, he starts laughing. I was like, oh, shit. Chris says, well, did you and MARSAU get a chance to talk and, have some conversations? And Martell was like, yeah, we had several side conversations. Martell says that he and MARSAU talked about accountability and things of that nature. Martell, hook-headed is what they call him. He asks Chris, when the last time you talked to MARSAU? Chris says he haven't. He need to see him. Now, isn't this the man that MARSAU said he was with, honey, when he was down to the Atlanta? Okay, when he was out of town? Ain't this that trip, you guys, where him and Tisha was in that car and she was crying and begging, asking him who he was with? Okay, and then they had pictures of his back online and all of that. Put it in the comments, guys. That way I got, the right trip, honey, okay? Martell, hook-headed, says, well, what did he say that bothered you? Chris says that MARSAU made some comments that he disagreed with as far as when, MARSAU was in Atlanta. I guess MARSAU claimed that he spent all, if not most of his time with Chris, and Chris says that wasn't true. And Chris feels like he was using him to, kind of tell Tisha a fib and get Tisha up off his back. Chris says they was only together for about 2 hours and they looked at properties while they were together. Hook-headed takes to his confessional and says, I think social media trying to paint MARSAU as if he's this horrible guy. Hook-headed, shut your ass up, because your ass is seen on the season 1 reunion, and I played it for you all. It was Hook-headed that was threatening to expose MARSAU. So, child, why you trying to blame social media for everything? That's one thing I don't like about this show. They be trying to blame social media for stuff, honey. No. Okay? That's what you did. You have alluded to the fact that this man has cheated on Tisha for quite some time. That's why people really believe he stepped out on Tisha, because they feel like he was okay with you cheating with cornmeal, right? And he was there and okay with it. So, shit. Birds of a feather flock together. You was probably with him when he was doing Tisha wrong, right? So, child, bye. Hook-headed also has the nerve to say, well, all that stuff that people saying about MARSAU on social media, it ain't cool because, he got a wife that's hurting. Motherfucker, where was your sympathy and empathy towards your ex-wife when you was out here doing that cheating foolishness on her? Okay, where was the concern at for your own damn wife? Okay, man, sit your ass down, okay? Hook-headed says, yeah, Tisha, she could start to believe certain things, and, MARSAU don't want his wife to fade away from him. First off, she's a insecure, codependent bitch. I said it. Okay? So she go keep complaining. She go keep whining, being jealous. She go stay with MARSAU because in her mind, it's the women that's the problem, not her man. Okay? Chris says, so you and Mel, y'all still on the right foot? Because, you got to check in because Martell, hook-headed, always fucking something up, right? Hook-headed says, yeah, of course. Me and Mel, we good. Chris wants to know, is she coming to Hook-headed's event? And if I was Mel, I would pay his damn event dust. I'm not here to support his cheating ass, okay? And if Mel do come, she need to be playing Telltale Signs. Soon as she walk up in that motherfucker, start singing, honey. I'd be like, come on, Mel. Messy Mel, honey. But yeah, she would be well within her right, honey, to do that. But yeah, I wouldn't support a damn thing he does. Fuck him. Shit. Okay. Put his ass on child support. That's what you need to be doing. Well, I guess they probably can't do that because of the 7 days on and off. But I would try to get some type of money out of him if he keep trying to get you in the court system. Okay, because they don't really stop all that foolishness until you hit that wallet. Okay, and speaking of which, honey, my child's father gave Miss Robinson some money, honey, for Shammy's birthday. This was back in September, and then these last couple of months, Miss Robinson been getting her child support payments. Nigga, you still ain't gonna see this child, okay? You better get your ass. Just get your ass on at this point, okay? Because I ain't going to court to do shit. That's my baby. I'm going to make sure she good. I ain't here to help you with shit. Bye, nigga. Okay? And it's a damn shame. You know, you still gotta pay for a child that you don't even see, but that's your bed, honey, and you gotta lay in it. How you doing? Okay? So Hookheaded says, you know, we'll see if, you know, Mel want to come to the event. She ain't coming, nigga. She ain't coming. So we have Melody. She arrives to speak to MARSAU at BLAQUE. Melody says that she's kind of surprised that MARSAU wanted to talk to her. And she's just like, I wonder what he want to talk to me about. And he begins telling her how him and Maurice spoke to their brother, Mark, about his inappropriate behavior on social media regarding Miss Van. Melody says, oh, so this ain't got nothing to do with me? And he was like, well, no, it has something to do with your mother. And then Melody is like, yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Melody, boo-boo. And I know you damn male stands. Y'all can't wait. Y'all can't wait to get in Miss Robinson's comments to check her, because in y'all mind, Melody is never wrong. She's never wrong, never makes a mistake. You agree with everything she does. I get it. But I don't agree with this, okay? Because I'm going to say this. Y'all know I drag MARSAU more than anybody. Big toenail head is what I call him. More than anybody on this show. But I felt like for the most part on this episode, he was coming correct. He's trying to keep the lines of communication open regarding your mother and, you know, his brother, and correcting his brother on his brother's behavior. I will say, and I'll stand by this, MARSAU, that was effed up for you to accuse Miss Van of having like a sex tape. Like, me personally, if that was my mom, I don't even know if I could still, you know, sit down and do business with you. But honey, Miss Robinson got a comment on the show, right? It's a show. Melody is still, you know, sitting and meeting with you. So evidently she ain't that disgusted. But me personally, if I was like close with my mom, which I have been in the past, like, I can't be bothered with people that make up, you know, stories like that. But I was with MARSAU. I know a lot of y'all is shocked. I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth. But he's trying to be open, because ever since the 6 of you all sat down and had that meeting after that big old blowout, that big fight that went down between the Scott brothers and Martell, you know, he's trying to keep the lines of communication open and honest and transparent. Look, there's that word. He's trying to do all of that, and then you just kind of sitting there with this attitude, Melody, like, yeah, but this ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, let me say this. You had your ass, Melody, down to the reunion speaking on Miss Van's relationship with Mark. Okay?
Why that there's a sex tape of you and Maurice and MARSAU's brother?
It's a lie.
I'm saying by this time I would like to see it. I done heard
It's
about
a
it so
lie.
damn much. Produce it, goddamn.
It's a lie.
Well,
Is it a lie, MARSAU?
You can't have a tape of something I never did.
You never seen it?
There's no reason.
I've heard about it, but I've never seen one.
You've heard about it.
People lie. Don't they?
So you had a relationship with Maurice and MARSAU's brother?
No. We were friends. We spent time together.
When you driving like 5-6 hours to his house and all that kind of stuff and staying
Yeah,
the
she
night
already
with
said
him?
they were friends. They were
No,
kids.
I'm
Didn't
just
I just
saying,
say
like,
My issue with Melody is your mother was on the stage and you were basically co-signing what she had to say. And I know people will say, yeah, but that's her mother. Yeah, but you did it on the stage. So when MARSAU brought this to you, you should have had something to say. For you to be, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Nah. I didn't like that. Felt like it was very like passive aggressive. And then I was kind of thinking like, well, did something else happen to where maybe you and your mother had a pact that you wouldn't speak on her and Mark? I don't know, guys. If you got any more information, put it in the comments. But to me, that was a bit weird because you had everything to say at this reunion.
Hey.
And no, I don't go to his house.
Stop.
I've never been to his house.
Oh, okay.
I've never been to his house.
You just drove 5-6 hours.
And he's driven there too.
Yeah. But at the end of the day,
They got a room.
I know, but I think, listen, at the end of the day,
Y'all hear it. She kept chiming in. Okay? So it's not a situation where just your mother was on that stage talking. So yeah, I didn't like that. Melody says, I'd rather not discuss your brother. I only been around him maybe twice. I really don't know much about him. I feel like you know enough, so. But MARSAU was like, well, I was just trying to keep the lines of communication open. And I was okay with that. Didn't see nothing wrong with that. Y'all put y'all feelings in the comments. I'm sure y'all will do that, but I thought that was weird. Okay, so last but not least, we got Kimmi and Maurice. They are having a dinner at their house. MARSAU and Tisha, they come by. MARSAU is going to be doing all the cooking. And is it me, or do we kind of see MARSAU putting in more effort to be more domestic? Okay, I do believe that MARSAU cares about Kimmi, and, you know, he wants to help her out, right? Because I guess she's going through her process of chemo. She's tired, and, you know, he wants to be a good brother-in-law and help with the cooking. Maurice don't know how to cook, but his high yellow ass honey knew how to ask for sex 2 and 3 times a day. Okay, make it make sense, okay? MARSAU gets to telling Kimmi and Maurice how after they vacation, I guess, in Cabo, they went to Atlanta, then went to Pensacola, then stopped by in Destin to visit Martell and Melody and the kids. Here go Tisha. Yeah, we was there, and I guess MARSAU got a call from Martell saying that him and Mel was there with the kids. So, you know, we just went and hung out with them. She don't never put no T's on none of her words. It's them. It's instead of there, it's dare. It's like, girl, get your shit together, goddammit. Sign up for somebody's summer school, okay? You and your mammy. Damn. They just be butchering words, honey. You better recognize. Here go Tisha talking to Kimmi. Yeah, it was just really cool. You know, Mel, her energy was good. Are you sure? Shit, because, honey, the way you was talking up at the Black, like, Melody's energy wasn't good, and you don't like Melody, okay? Just, she's too fake, you guys. It's in one scene, she talking one way. The next scene is something else. And Martell, you know, he was just glowing. You know, it was so nice being around them and the kids in Destin. Tisha also mentioned that, with Martell glowing, honey, I told him to don't get his hopes up. I guess because of this long joke of Martell, you know, wanting Melody back. Nigga, she ain't ever going back into that burning house, okay? You can forget about it, motherfucker, okay? Take that lighter fluid with you and we're done, okay? The firefighters came, goddamn, and they put it out, and she ain't going back up in that bitch. Okay? Tisha, yeah, it was good being around the host. We played a whole game, a couple of games with them. It was just so nice. Kimmy was at the table like, okay. I love how Kimmy get to shaking her head off fast. It's so funny. Kimmy says, well, we did have that dinner and they were there together. That was a turn in the right direction. Here go Miss Codependent. Kimmy gets to talking about how she's trying to keep a positive mindset, keep a positive outlook while she's going through this breast cancer treatment process. Kimmy also explains that recently she has gotten to a place where she just doesn't break down and cry every time she has to talk about it. That's a wonderful place to be in, Kimmy. It is. Y'all keep Kimmy in y'all prayers because y'all know I go in on this show, but I want everybody to be healthy and have their life, honey. Okay? Kimmy and Maurice are in her confessional. She looks so pretty in her all pink she had on, but she said that, this will be the first time that she tells the Holtz about her breast cancer situation, and she wanted to make sure she got tested for everything and was sure of everything before, she began conversations about it. And that's smart, right? Kimmy begins talking to MARSAU. I want to catch up, brother. I want to know what's going on with BLAQUE. I don't want to feel like I'm out the loop. So what's been going on? MARSAU says everything has been good at BLAQUE, but just like you said, you have good days and bad days where sometimes husbands, they could say the wrong thing at the wrong time and then it's boom. And then Kimmy says, well, what did you say to Tisha? Miss Codependent. I was like, sound like a goddamn hyena in heat, goddamn. MARSAU goes to answer Kimmy's question, and he said, well, I didn't realize, when ladies say they in a good place. No, that ain't all ladies, MARSAU. That's your damn wife with her insecure ass. Miss Codependent, honey, cuts him off. Well, MARSAU, let me talk about it. Let me just say it. Let me say it. Maurice, let me ask you a question, right? If any woman declared Kimmy as her enemy, right? We had dinner, and we agreed to be cordial. Do you think that it is okay to schedule a meeting with that person without speaking to Kimmy about it first? MARSAU whispers, well, the answer is no. Kimmy jumps in and says, well, I think some of that is clarity as well. Kimmy says that she explained to Maurice, and I'm looking like, Kimmy, girl, I love you, but girl, your track record, honey, with your husband, it ain't good. Okay, so I hope you don't think that he, really kept up with this promise that you about to lay out. But she said that she told Maurice he ain't allowed to go to dinners and lunches with women without her knowing about it. Girl, you didn't even know Monster was allegedly vaping in that bathroom. Okay, it took Tiffany to tell your ass that. You didn't even know that your man had already had a property and was gonna move Kiowa and Zave and Monster in that property just so, he could spend more time with his son. Oh, I guess he wanted Monster to live with y'all and he was provide the home for Kiowa and Zave. You didn't even know about that. So do you really think he, go keep all his little promises with you? Okay, he being a good husband now, but girl, that's 'cause you're sick. Okay? Shit. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just trying to tell the truth, honey, and the truth needs no proof. How you doing? Okay, Kimmy, girl, come on. I need you to come back to reality now, okay? Tisha goes on, well, let's just say that Maurice told you that he was meeting up with this woman right before she get ready to walk in. Girl, like I just said, y'all Scott brothers on this show, y'all do shit late. And you do it without your wife's permission any other time. So I don't know why this is such a big deal. Goddamn. Kimmy says, well, I think, I deserve a heads up if that's the case. And then she says to MARSAU, so you had lunch with Mel. Tisha, you guys, before we get into that, Tisha is obviously jealous and insecure about Melody. She knows Melody is a beautiful woman. She's single. She's glowing. She done left her husband, her ex-husband that was doing her wrong. And Tisha know damn well she ain't got the gumption, honey, to do all of what Melody did. She jealous. Okay, so that is what this is about. This ain't about MARSAU just meeting up with Mel. Can't be about that. Okay, this has to have something underlying to it. Because Mel is a castmate on this show. Okay, you all have agreed with the Holtz or with Melody Cherie and, Martell that y'all gonna be cordial. Like, why you making this such a big deal? Why? But like I told y'all, I pulled her card a long time ago, so y'all can't tell me no different. I know what I'm looking at. MARSAU says the good thing about it is we done with that and we ain't got to worry about that no more. And I think he said what he said because he felt really blew off by Mel. Like she didn't really discuss nothing with him as it pertains to her mother. So, that's why he said that. Tisha says to MARSAU in her confessional, said you knew that you was coming over here to meet with, Kimmi and Maurice and Melody and Martell, why didn't you just have a conversation with Mel, while you knew she was going to be here? And MARSAU looks at her and says, you're right. Tisha don't never hear that from that man, honey. So she took that and ate it up, okay? And I forgot to get on that one part, honey, because it was just so long and drawn out. Y'all remember when they was at BLAQUE and he was trying to calm her down about Mel stopping by? Tisha's way never works, but MARSAU's way always works. I was like, oh, MARSAU. And I was with him, you guys. But when he said that, and I forgot to mention it, he took some steps back. But I'm not shocked that he said that, because he always talked to her like that. Okay? So I was like, oh, MARSAU, you sound just like a narcissist when you say that. And I was trying to give you a damn break on this here episode, because I was kind of here for MARSAU all throughout the episode. I was shocked. I was like, is the show on the right damn channel? Am I watching the right show? Because y'all know I don't see it for Big Toenail Head, but very fair. He was very much so on his Libra shit. Okay? And I got a Libra brother. Okay? October 20th. How you doing? So Martell walks up looking like a black-ass version of Forrest Gump. Okay? I was like, goddamn tight-ass shorts. Damn. Why is your shit so tight, Martell? I know that damn zipper was getting ready to bust at the seams, honey. Okay, just looking country as hell. Bama as hell, honey. Okay. Martell comes in, says hi to everybody. Oh, y'all look so beautiful. Am I dressed properly? I said, why you set yourself up like that? You ain't never dressed properly, hook-headed, and they ain't never stopped your tight clothes wearing ass. Okay, they ain't never stopped you. Clothes is just too damn tight. Damn. Hook-headed asked who cooked the food. Tisha said, MARSAU cooked. He cooked. You ain't gonna eat? And Martell, in typical nigga fashion, yeah, I'ma eat. Okay, because y'all know niggas always asking who cooked, and they know damn well it don't matter. They still go eat. Okay, how you doing? Kimmi says, I like men in the kitchen. Kimmi girl, It shouldn't have took for you to be sick for these niggas to slave over a hot stove for you. That's why I tell y'all these women are in slave marriages, because that's when the nigga all of a sudden wanna, be a good husband, start cooking and doing right by you and spending time with you and not asking you to have sex 2 and 3 times a day. I'm just saying, okay? I'm sorry, guys. What did they have for dinner? Was it spaghetti? I couldn't make it out. I saw noodles. I don't know. So everybody sit down, honey, with they plate. Kimmy thanks MARSAU for cooking. Hook-headed asks, so what conversation did I miss, y'all? And then Kimmy says, oh, they was telling us about how you and Mel and the kids vacationed together in Destin. Hook-headed says, yes, Melody invited me, and it didn't take a lot for me to say yes. We know, motherfucker, because you couldn't wait to get close to her, okay? I want to get next to you, okay? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Sitting here. Okay, I ain't gonna sing because I don't even know the words, honey. I done forgot the words. Okay, you wrote the song and can't remember the goddamn words. Martell, hook-headed, says, yeah, it's just crazy that they was down there. He starts pointing at MARSAU and Tisha. Miss Codependent. Martell, I heard that you got the YouTubers jumping. I was like, girl. Kimmy just bust right open with it, honey. Yeah, Martell, I heard you got a boo. You was out with Miss Sheree? I was like, Miss Sheree? Shit, this bitch from the first floor trying to sell y'all them expensive ass knockoff Sheen outfits. Okay, they been dragging Sheree's ass. Sheree, girl, you can't catch a break. I thought Sheree did the damn thing, but honey, Sheree is up against them damn ropes, okay? She on the ropes, honey. They been dragging her about she by Sheree, honey. Talking about they ain't buying a $200 sweatshirt. Have any of you all purchased some She by Sheree? Put it in Miss Robinson's comments. I ain't buying a damn thing. I can't afford that. Okay, I can't afford it, goddammit, and even if I could, I ain't buying it, okay? Hell no, okay? Sheree ain't gonna be taking my money to fund Chateau Sheree, okay? Tisha said, damn, Kimmy, you went right to it. Oh my God. I was like, oh Lord. And here go Martell looking all surprised. You know you over there clout chasing with another clout chaser. How do 2 clout chasers get together from the first floor? Okay. Where Bob Whitfield at? Hook-headed says, yeah, we been kicking it. That means he been on the porch of Chateau Sheree. Okay, they walk their dogs together. They go out on a Planet Fitness dates. Okay, baby? Hook-headed says, yeah, we friends. I don't want to throw no titles out there, but, we met, through a mutual friend, Maurice mentions to Hook-headed because Hook-headed, honey, was very hesitant to tell Kimmy, about how him and Sheree met. So Maurice says, well, how you gonna be secret squirrel and the whole internet know? And he starts smiling. That bitch wants some attention, honey, okay? Just like a narcissist, they can't get enough attention. Attention is supply, okay? To feed that ego, that fragile ego that he has, that he need to get away from. Kimmy says in her confessional, honey, I don't know why he being all tight-lipped about it now. It's all over the internet. Exactly. That's what him and Sheree wanted. And they even, I heard paid the people. Y'all know the damn people. Paparazzi, okay, paid them to, take their picture. That way they can look important for a day. You know what you got to do, honey, when you on the first floor. Okay, you do stuff like that. Another clout chasing ass marriage that took place, and Cynthia shouldn't have married him, is her and that damn Mike Hill. Okay? That's awfully suspicious, guys, that Mike Hill and Cynthia, they what? Getting a divorce now that Cynthia ain't been on that show making all that money. Mike thought he would get his funny looking ass on the Housewives for some years, honey, and eat off of Cynthia, okay? And we thought that Peter was messing up her credit, honey. Okay, who would have knew? It was Mike Hill too. But yeah, that's sad. Cynthia, girl, don't get married no more, girl. You don't need to walk down no more aisles. You need to be by yourself. And get you a better looking man. Get some chocolate next time, or at least somebody that looked better than Mike. He never did it for me. I thought he was nice enough to her, you know, nicer than some of the men, honey, that come on that show. Because y'all know how some of the men do to women, honey. But yeah, don't do that no more, Cynthia. And y'all know Cynthia on her way back to the housewife. Trying to get some of that money, some of that friend money. Maurice mentions that Hook-Headed don't want to talk about Sheree, especially not in this setting, and Mel will be here soon. And who comes in, honey? And I was like, Melody, girl, what the hell you got on? It looked like you went to a wedding that went wrong. Like, normally, honey, I'm here for Melody, honey. She is, you know, looking good, honey. But I was like, what the fuck is this? Did you get this from the clearance rack at Goodwill? Girl, what is that? Okay. Hey, what's up, Reese? Hey. I love Melody, honey. She always had that big smile on her face, honey. Like Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama, I know she gonna talk and act. She already looked just like Mel to me, honey, okay? So they embrace. Melody comes on in. Hey, everybody. Hook-Headed mentions the fact that Melody had on a white dress. He says it's also ironic that it's their 14th year anniversary. Nigga, you should have stopped keeping count a long time ago, because your damn show wasn't keeping count when your penis was up in that squirrel face looking trollop, honey. But honey, you ain't heard it from Miss Robinson. Like, it's just the audacity and the nerve that he has. Ooh, child. Thank y'all for waiting for me, Kimmy says. How's the babies? Oh, they're good. Kimmy says they have a good summer. Yes, they've been having a good summer. Absolutely. I told you I love when Melody say that. Absolutely. Yes. Hook-Headed, because he's a narcissist, honey, and he don't, you know, he can't get enough attention. He makes the whole situation about him. With Kimmy, you know, you could have asked me, you know, that 7 days on and off, you know, I'd be having the kids too. And Melody was looking like, man, shut your ass up, okay? Ain't nobody even talking to your ass. But she was asking me, Martell, at the time. So let's not start with the pettiness, okay? I definitely don't want to have that kind of a night. So Hook-Headed takes it upon himself to invite everybody to his Kool-Aid incest wine event, honey. Hopefully that mammy of his ain't drunk up all the goddamn bottles, okay? No, she ain't nothing but a lush. Probably drinking as we speaking, but honey, you you ain't heard it from Miss Robinson, honey. But yeah, he invited everybody. Mel, you know, you invited. Melody said, honey, I got to check my calendar because I don't know what I'm doing. And once again, the Scott brothers, honey, they try to run some interference. Well, you know, he said it's, you know, at this date, at this time. She said, yeah, I got to check my calendar. I said, come on, Melody. Okay, shit, y'all heard her the first time. And I would have, myself though, I would have just told his ass no. Once you stick your dick up in another bitch and cheat on me several times, it's a hell to the no, no. Now you got a baby with this squirrel face looking broad. It's really a hell no, with a deep voice, with the Barry White on it, baby. Okay, I'm not that mature. I ain't gotta be. I don't have to protect your life. Okay, ain't that what Melody told him at that reunion? So I would never attend anything for him. I'm not here to help him out, make him look good no further. It's a wrap, baby. Melody says in her confessional, although the destined trip went well, Martell has decided to share my medical information with his baby's mother. Now, why would you do that, hook-headed? Okay, but this is what they do. Okay, and I saw some reviews. They talking about it wasn't no big deal. I think it's a very big deal because you have a side chick that's jealous as hell of your ex-wife. I mean, she's copying all her moves, honey, all her business moves too. Okay, it was bad enough she wanted to suck on the dick or ride the dick, honey, that Melody was getting at home. It's bad enough, and now she doing all this other shit too, honey. But you ain't heard it from Miss Robinson, okay? So yeah, don't talk about me with some ugly ass ooga booga from the first floor, and don't do that. Don't do that. See, I told y'all, Martell hustles backwards. He can make several steps forward and then he will always hustle backward, say and do the wrong thing, have the wrong conversation with somebody. You know, it's just par for the course with these niggas from the first floor. Okay, are we surprised at this point? Melody says that Martell, all he had to say was that the kids was around somebody that had COVID. You know, he didn't have to put my name up in there. And yeah, I agree with her. Melody says, honey, these recent events show me that he's still the messy man, honey, he has always been. Yep, I told you, girl. Kimmi thanks the group for coming, to have dinner with her. Melody mentions to Kimmi, Kimmi, it's been a minute. I haven't seen you since Stormy's. Kimmi says that's true. Melody says, I've been texting you. Kimmi says she hasn't seen much of anybody since Stormy's event. She breaks the news that she found out she has breast cancer. Melody, begins to tear up and kind of takes her hand and puts it on Kimmi. Melody was very affected. Martell, hook-headed, honey, was very affected too. So, it was nice to see that even with their differences, everybody still loves and cares about Kimmi, right? Kimmi explains to the group that she still has to have surgery and have radiation, and it's a whole process dealing with breast cancer. Kimmi explains that part of the time of when they was all together at Stormy, she was still trying to wrap her head around, her current situation, with this breast cancer. Kimmi says she appreciates Melody reaching out to her several times, but she says she also appreciates the fact that Melody gave her a moment to, gather herself. Kimmi says that she feels like she's getting better, but she still needs the positive energy and the support. Hook-headed mentions that he lost his grandmother, Inez, to cancer. So he said that was hard for him to deal with. Hook-headed also says that Kimmi is a sweetheart. She's always been a sweetheart since he met her, and it hurts him to know that she has to deal with this. Melody says in her confessional she's definitely going to step up and be there, more for Kimmi to, help her on this journey. Kimmi says that she doesn't want her husband or her sons to think that, she's just at home sad, So on the days that she feels better, she loves, what they're doing now, having dinner, being cordial, being friendly, just like old times. Maurice says he's happy that everybody is here, encouraging Kimmi and, wanting to step up and help her on this journey. Kimmi says she's thankful everybody came out to, have dinner with her and hear her news. And it just reminds her of old times. They show clips of, you know, the comeback group all, you know, coming together. And I'm like, I don't know why, because y'all was one damn group that could not decide on nothing together, okay? Maurice says there's a reason why they all met. There's a reason why they all have hung out. And there's a reason why they are all still together. Even when they're fractured, their chemistry with each other is amazing. They all toast. So Melody begins asking a question, and y'all know that's how everything gets to popping, right? And so once she do that, everybody started getting up. Well, you know, it's been nice, and I thought that was funny. Melody, like, sit down. Let me ask y'all a question. Hook-headed says, I'll go get the cheesecake. I'm like, this ain't Golden Girls food, okay? The episode goes off, and honey, it look like it's gonna be good on the next episode. So it looked like on the next episode, MARSAU gonna be talking about Mel and how, you know, she answered some question on the interview about him and Sheree, and then we see Mel telling Stormy about Martell telling her medical information to, what's that child's name? Cornmeal. Child, we see Hook-headed, he stumbles on his damn speech. I'm like, goddamn, we need to call your ass can't get right. Okay, goddamn, have Melnika write the damn thing out. And where the hell is Melnika? Okay, where is she? Okay. We see Melody, honey, she keeps Hook-headed at the door. Honey, that's where you need to keep that fool, okay? Because you know he ain't no good, but she don't let him come in, and he got an attitude about it, honey. More of the same. More of the same. But anyways, honey, that's all I got for y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new. And I will check you guys out in the next video.